so here's the core workout you were asking for. We're going to warm up first, do some core on the floor, and then a little bit of stretching. So I'll just move back and we'll begin. Make sure you have something close by to grab onto so that you don't feel like unstable. So a chair or the wall or something. And we'll start with the ankles. Point and flex. I'm usually doing like 8 reps on everything, ankle circles. You might find that I'm not doing 8 or I'm doing too many or whatever, but that's okay. We'll just keep on going with it. Bend and straighten your knee. And then circle it. Obviously, this can be some balance training if you let it. If you want to just try to do it on one leg. I'm better off without shoes on when I do that particular move, but I had them on anyway, so I just left it that way. So remember to keep your knee straight and your foot flexed. 2 more here. And then off to the side. Straight knee again, flexed foot. And then that hacky sack move, or just warming up the hip a little. Switch legs. Point and flex. Circle. Other way. Bend and straighten your knee. And you want your thigh would be like parallel to the floor from the side. This is what it looks like. Boy, these shoes have me teetering all over the place. And then circle it. Wah! Other way. Then you get a little more burn in the quad when you do it if you can keep the thigh parallel to the floor. Step back and swing the leg. Straight knee, flexed foot. Off to the side. 3 more. 5. And 8. Then hacky sack move. 2, 5, 6. And marching. High knee marches. Out a little bit wider, opening the hips up. And then butt kickers. Hip circles, keeping the knees straight, drawing big circles around your feet with your butt. I always think that sounds funny, but it's kind of true if you think about it. Just kind of going around in a big circle. Other way. This is one of my favorites. It actually feels really good in the core, in the hips, and the legs. I saw a YouTube video once, torso twist, of a woman who did 1,000 in each direction, and she just talked the whole time while she was doing it. It was weird. I don't know why I watched it, but I was absolutely intrigued. So I probably should have done it with her. And reach across, turning the leg over like I am here so that you don't hurt your knee. Reaching. And then reaching up a little bit higher. And then chest up, shoulders back, shrug. Right here. Bringing the ears to the shoulders to the ears. I don't know how you could bring the ears to the shoulders. That'd be kind of weird. Then shrugging to the front of the ears, behind the ears, front, back, like a big U shape right under the ears. And then rolling forward first. Bend back. Then you're spinning your humeral head inside of the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together over and over again. Roll the shoulders back some more. And then you're going to start making bigger circles with each arm. Bigger, bigger, big rotations over the head. Whoa. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little boxing routine just to do a bit more of a warm-up. So we've got about 5.5 minutes at this point. So side facing me, get your dukes up and jab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now cross with the back arm. Turn it over, bring it back. Turn it over, bring it back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now a combo, jab, jab, cross, which is actually to the rhythm of We Will Rock You. So it's jab, jab, cross, jab, jab, cross. We will rock you. 6, 7, 8, 9, switch. Same thing on the other side, and then we'll get into the core. Jabs first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jab, jab, cross. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, I wrote this workout on a piece of paper because it's cheesy. Cheesy piece of paper. That's how I write my workouts, so you're in my book. So we're gonna start, everything is 10, 3 times. Getting on the mat. I didn't want to forget, so I had to bring it with me. So I want to do a kneeling forearm plank. That's 10 exhales there, and then we're doing a low back crunch. So here's what we're doing. You're going to line up your elbows under your shoulders, and you're on your knees to start your plank. Your hands are nice and loose, like you're holding cups, but your fingers are just held gently. You don't want to squeeze your fists. So keep that loose. Your knees are next to each other, and your ankles are crossed. And then you lower your hips slowly until you're in position. And now from here, I want you to inhale through the rib cage, exhale, navel to the spine. Inhale, exhale. So we're doing 10 exhales. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, 5. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Every time you squeeze, exhale, squeeze it deeper. Inhale, exhale. All right, so slowly lower yourself to the floor. And then the low back crunches are for back extensors. What you do is you stack your hands and put your forehead on top of your hands, and your feet stay on the ground. I like to use my toes sort of wedged like this, but they can be pointed too. So you put your head on top of your hands, and then you're going to lift your torso off of the floor and then lower back down again. So that's a low back crunch. Leave your feet on the floor. 1, 2. Landing each time you hit the floor and come right back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then a break. Just so I can explain one more time with the plank. So the idea is that you are keeping your abdomen really tight and you're sort of cinching everything in like a girdle. And every time you inhale, you're not letting go of that. You're just doing a 3-dimensional breath, like laterally out the rib cage. Inhale this way, and then exhale and cinch in more. So it's hard to describe while doing it, but it is possible. It's something that I learned from Pilates. So Again, getting the elbows back on the floor, nice loose hands. Knees together, crossing at the ankle, lower until your shoulders are above your elbows and everything's in a flat plank, and begin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Squeeze. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is 7. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze it tighter. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Squeeze all the air out and squeeze the abs. Then slowly lower to the floor. And we begin those low back crunches again. Stack the hands, feet on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have one more set. Just to give you a little bit of a progression here with the low back crunches, when it gets a little bit easier for you and you feel like you're not getting anything else out of it, you can start raising your legs off of the floor too, from the hip, not the knee. So it would look like this, like that. And you can progress that on your own without me sending you a new workout. That's an option for you for the future, but don't do it today. Give yourself time to grow here. Okay, so one more time with the plank. Up on the knees and forearms. Get everything into position. And by the way, I meant to say this. If you need to, it's sometimes more comfortable if you can double over the mat a couple times for under the knees. Sometimes that, even on a soft mat, you're on a hard floor, that can be sort of painful on the knees. All right, so lowering down, 10 exhales, go. 1. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once you get into position, keep your head steady and facing the floor. Try not to swivel around. It's not good for the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is 7. Exhale. 8. Squeeze. Inhale. Squeeze it out. One more time. Exhale fully and slowly come down. Last time for low back crunches. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so done with that. The next superset is heel squeezes and deconstructed Aquamans. Aquamans in like a yoga class or a Pilates class is called swimming. And it looks like you're swimming. It looks like a freestyle swim. But it's broken down so that it's a little easier on your back for the first try with it. So heel squeezes first. And that is your knees go wide and your heels come together and your toes get pointed out. So you look like a little froggy. Your feet aren't next to each other, your toes are away from one another. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, anyway. So with the knees wide, you're almost doing a butterfly. And again, your hands are stacked and you put your forehead down. And then you're gonna squeeze your heels together. And this is the thing, this is a progression. So you squeeze here and you're gonna squeeze your glutes. So that happens whether you want it to or not. You squeeze the heels and the glutes get squeezed. This is a glute exercise to strengthen your back. So this is 4, 5. Progression is with a knee lift. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you don't have to lift up high, but the progression is that you have enough strength to squeeze the heels together and the glutes will lift your knees off slightly. And it could be 1/4 of an inch. It doesn't matter how high. Next is the deconstructed Aquamans. So you're going to keep your face facing the floor and you're lifting right arm, left leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now left arm, right leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so a break while I explain. With the deconstructed Aquamans, it's the same thing. You do not have to come up high. It's more about coordinating the right and left together and strengthening those parts of your body. How high you go is irrelevant for now. Maybe later you can go higher, but there's definitely a pressure back there that you feel that stops you from going any further. Allow that pressure to stop you from going any further because you don't want to push that. Because your shoulder, your hip, and your back you're worried about here. You definitely want to take care to not push that range of motion. So we start again. Heel squeezes. And let's endeavor to lift the knees this time, shall we? All right. Squeeze it. 1, 2. Every time it's inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhaling and lifting. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale. This is 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Added bonus. Squeeze the abs at the same time you squeeze the heels. 8. 9. 10. All right. Deconstructed Aquamans. Getting the shoulders away from the ears is important. You don't want to be way up here. Shrug your shoulders down and lift. Right arm, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in between, if you want to, you can do a little stretch. You can sit back on your heels with knees a little bit wider and just sit back on the heels as deeply as your legs will allow. And then just sort of pull and stretch your spine a little. It kind of helps, just a little in between. It's called child's pose. And we're going to do one more set. And then we're flipping over for the rest of the core. All right, one more set of heel squeezes with a knee lift and the deconstructed Aquamans. Only do the knee lift if you're comfortable with it. Progress that as you wish. Ready? 1, 2. Fully exhale before you land. 3, 4. Squeeze it, abs. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Deconstructed Aquamans. One more time. Right arm, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Almost done. Glute bridges. We're going to get up into a glute bridge. And we're holding it for 10 exhales. Good stuff going on here. I got to yank my pants up though because everything's getting rearranged. All right. So your heels are in line with your knees and your hips. So everything's in a nice straight line. And you want to make sure that you're supporting your frame and you're not way out here. So just make sure that you're within your hip bones right here and then straight down from that. So you can kind of look down and see if your feet are lined up or not. And then in a glute bridge, really important to peel your tailbone off the floor first. So you're not in a glute bridge just going to come up in one big piece like that. That's not how it works. It's better actually to articulate your spine. So you tilt the tailbone under like this, and then you slowly bring your vertebrae off the floor one piece at a time until you are in a flat line from the shoulders all the way to the knees. It's a little like reversing your plank, right? So then you're here and you use your elbows to dig into the floor so you can stay up. And then from here, you're going to exhale and squeeze everything. Inhale, let it go without falling. So stay up. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs. Inhale. Exhale, squeezing. Inhale, let it loose. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, loose. Exhale, squeeze. Each time. Inhale. Exhale. Keep it going. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now coming down. Roll the spine from the top until the tailbone is last. One vertebrae at a time, all the way to the bottom. And then in between, hug your knees and rock side to side. So when you do that, you just need to keep your knees separated like this so that you don't flop over to one side like this. Oh, yeah. So this is just kind of like a little break in between, a little dynamic stuff to make your back happy. As we're going back into it, we have 2 more sets of 10 squeezes. So lining everything up again so that you're supported. Elbows into the floor and tailbone first, curling all the way up to shoulders and heels. And then inhale and exhale, squeeze. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From the top of the spine, roll it down. All the way until the tailbone is last. And rocking side to side. All right. We have 1 more of these, and then we're going to do a little bit of abdomen work, not much. This is the important stuff, actually, what we're doing right here. All right. So you're going to curl your tailbone off the floor 1 more time. Roll it. Get up there. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Top of the spine all the way down to the tailbone is last, and then this time put your knees close together, hands on top of the kneecaps, and draw big circles so that you're massaging your hips into the floor. This not only is strengthening your glutes, but it's also strengthening your lower back, so you'll feel it in your lower back. And staying up that high for a while will definitely, you'll even burn you're doing those squeezes if you're staying up. All right, so the last one, and then we're stretching. It's an imprinting move. It's going to work your lower abdomen. It's really working the interior muscles around the spine, the transverse abdominis. And so what you do is that, that right before you got up from the glute bridge, you tilted your tailbone under like this. So you were sort of lifting your hips off of the floor, but not really. And so right here, my spine, the small of my back, my spine is imprinted into the floor. It's down here and there's no space. And that's what you need to maintain. That is the idea of this next move. So that being said, you're going to keep your head on the floor, and now you're going to march. You have a 90-degree angle in both knees, and you're marching 10 per leg, alternating. So it's 1, 2, 3. Go slow, because it's not about moving the legs. It's about keeping the spine on the floor. 5, 6. Yes, I'm using my fingers to count. I have to because I'm talking and working at the same time. This is 9 and 10. Now the superset is now you have to tap the heels both at the same time. So really wedge your arms down into the floor. Keep the spine connected to the floor, and you're lifting both. So it's 1. It's harder. The closer your heels get to the floor, the harder it gets. So you really have to squeeze the abs and maintain the spine on the floor. That's the challenge of the move. This is the work. So if it's difficult, you can't quite keep it there, you can go down and back without touching down for now. So that's one way to move through it. But if you can keep the spine on the floor and touch, all the better. This is 9, 10. Now, even though I'm a professional, doing that is very difficult. It does not matter how active I am or how much core I've done. That is a hard move, but it is a really good place to start too, because it's probably one of the better things you can do to keep your spine healthy. What it's doing is it's helping you keep your rib cage pointing towards your hips, and it's strengthening all these tiny little muscles right around your spine so that you can stay upright. Because what's really scary about your spine is it's this little tiny stick sticking through the middle of your body holding you up, you know, and it's in the center of all these organs, and it's just, you know, if that's not supported, we got problems. So we're going to do that again. We have 2 more sets of that, and then we stretch. I promise. All right. So tilt the tailbone under, get the spine onto the floor, and alternating, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry if you hear my laundry going off. It's got a funny little ding to it. Oh, you should know that. You bought the unit. That was your laundry thingy. 9, 10. Dryer. I guess it's called a dryer, not a thingy. All right. Then both knees together, keeping the spine on the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not a good thing to do quickly. 7, because then just going through the motions, you don't really pay attention to whether the spine's up or not. That's where the work is. That's 10. All right, so take a moment. Side to side. And we'll have 1 more, I promise. I think you're ready. I know I'm ready. You can always pause me if you're not ready. You know that. Just pause it, wait for it, and when you feel ready, go again. I'd love to know how you think. What do you think of these? Because I've been using them for a while, and it just seems like they never get easier. All right. 1, 2, 3. There's always work to be done, you know? 5, 6. And that spine always wants to sneak up the closer your foot gets to the floor, right? 9, 10. Both together. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze the abs. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So one of the things that will happen, we're done by the way, so hug your knees and rock side to side while I talk to you. One of the things that will happen when your core starts to get tired, your quadriceps will kick in, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with having strong quads, but all right, now keep your knees up towards your chest and drop your legs off to the side real slow. That way they stay high. And then you're going to clasp your hands and look over your shoulder and try to get your other elbow onto the floor in this direction. And just wait. These are good for range of motion. Once you get into like your 60s and 70s, you can lose the ability to turn around. So it's really good to hold a range of motion stretch like this for a little extra just till it settles in and you get all the tension out of the places. Mine's almost always down here near the hip. All right, so now in order to switch and go the other way, you want to be real careful here. You want to get your knees back up towards your chest and then drop high to the other side so you got a good 90-degree angle in the hip and knee. Once your legs are on the floor, clasp your hands together and try to get your elbow under the floor and look over your shoulder. Just hang there and take a few deep breaths. And then take your knees back towards your chest again. And hug your knees up just a little bit so your hips straighten out. And then straighten one leg and flex both feet. So you're pressing through the heels and really getting an active stretch here. So 2 flexed feet. And just wait. And then bring your head up to meet your knee. Of course they don't have to touch. This is just a gesture. It's just a friendly gesture. Just hold that a little bit longer, still being actively flexing through both feet, pressing through the heels. And then lower your head down. Lower the hand on the opposite side of the bent knee. And then put your hand on top of that knee and stir the hip. So you go big, big circles as far as your arm will allow. And just go round and round. Do not let Dad do these. These are not good for someone with a hip replacement. Other way. And then straighten the leg and clasp behind your thigh here. And just wait. You can straighten your knee if it's not possible, keep it bent, but you want to be able to feel it in the back of your legs, so endeavor to straighten your knee. One way to get around that is to use like a strap around the arch of your shoe and strap it around there, and then it can go down lower and it's easier to straighten. So that's one way to do it. Or a towel or something. And then I want you to climb your leg. Don't grab around the joint. Instead, go up towards the calf. And then just hold your shoulders off the floor for a second, still pressing through the heel. Then slowly lower your head. Oh, ankle circles. I always like that one. That's pretty good. And then hug the knees back together so you're straightening up the hips again. And the other leg drops to the floor, flexing both feet for an active stretch. Press through the heels. Bring your head to meet your knee. Then wait. Then slowly lower your head. Lower your hand on the opposite side of the bent knee and put your hand on top of your kneecap, stir the hip. Big, big circles. Other way. And then straighten the leg, lace your fingers behind it, and wait. Flexing the foot. Try for the straight knee, or use a strap. And then you climb the leg over the knee and onto the calf. And you could do like a staggered hold, whatever's more comfortable for you. Or you could stay behind the thigh even. Slowly lower. And do some ankle circles. Alright. So, rolling like a ball, you can kick yourself up. Do a couple of those. That's kind of nice. It massages your back into the floor. Yep. And then do a little butterfly stretch. So you just sit up straight, raise up your chest and sit up straight. Your spine is sticking upward and your knees are pressing down into the floor, no bouncing. You hold onto your feet for a little extra pull. You don't want to push here, and you don't want to do any of this flapping with the knees. Just hold steady. So after the butterfly, what you would do is press your feet forward just a little bit extra, and then press your chin and chest forward and grab onto the ankles and pull gently. This is going to get into your glutes and into your hips. And it's a gentle pull, and you don't want to come down here and start like trying to hunch over. Instead, you're leading with your heart. You're bringing it forward. Here's what it looks like from the side. Straight back. And then the last one is a little bit deeper on the glutes. It's called a pigeon stretch. You bend your knee, and the other leg is straight and behind you, and it kind of turns over, and you're going to put your belly on top of that leg, on the bent knee. And how you bend that knee is up to you. It could be a deep bend, or it could be out wider, you know, whatever's comfortable to you. Put your belly down, and put your nose towards your knee. Use your hands to control how deep you go. You don't have to just be on top of your leg. You can use a little bit of upper body to control it. Hold the head down towards the knee. And then the second piece is raising up your chin and looking up into the ceiling a little. Pressing the chin forward. And that just changes the angle of the stretch and what muscles are being pulled on. And then switch sides. Bent knee, turn the other leg over straight. Go gently into this. This isn't an easy stretch. And then nose to the knee gently. I am holding my body up here with my hands. Then press the chin forward. You can even pull on the mat a little bit to deepen the stretch. And that's it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. That was 37.5 minutes of work, stretching and all. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be excited to hear from you and see what you think about it. Enjoy.